To the main event champion go two big rewards: the money and the bracelet. As day two of the 2008 main event begins, two players remain who know a thing or two about both. Eric Lindgren finally got his first bracelet this year, and a main event title would culminate a dream World Series.
Win that, they're going to remember you forever.
Scotty Wynn wants to forget last year's main event collapse and move past this year's horse drama.
Enough is enough, man.
Another world championship may do the trick.
I want to be Mies again.
Yes!
That's Scotty Wynn style, baby.
The designs for the title could be spoiled by a talent-rich field that includes Barry Greenstein, Patrick Antonius, and Chao Zhang, all cash game specialists, all eyeing $9 million.
Let's gamble.
They've all had success this year. Now they're hungry for more.
Let's go.
But challenge number one is to get through day two. Welcome once again to the main event of the 2008 World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. With Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarron. The players are making their way to their seats here in the Rio Poker Room as the first session of day two is about to begin.
I'm going to win the World Series.
Some of the game's top players are ready to continue their quest for a world championship. Horse world champion Scotty Wynn has yet to arrive, but fellow bracelet winner from this year, Barry Greenstein, is here, as is 2008 Player of the Year, Eric Lindgren.
This is what day two feels like.
And at table two, another first-time bracelet winner, Blair Hinkle, who along with his brother Grant made history by becoming the first siblings to win bracelets in the same year. Joining Blair is another young up-and-comer, Vanessa Russo.
No pressure over here.
And over at our featured table, three-time bracelet winner and cash game specialist, Chao Zhang.
Chao prefers the big game, but he's also 8th all-time at the World Series with 45 cashes.
Chow, if you raise and I call, I got 3 aces, okay? That's all I'm telling you.
Oh, you need 2.
No, I'm going to have to have 3. I read some books, though, Chow, so be careful.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you. I know I need it.
Hannah Elizabeth lives here in Las Vegas, part-time actress, says she's now a professional poker player. She was born in Austria, raised in Manhattan, and on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam, Hannah looks down at pocket nines.
She's been an actress, a TV personality, a public speaker, and even a Dolly Parton lookalike.
Hannah raises the action to 2,500, folds over to Chao Zhang now. Queen 10 of hearts for the 53-year-old pro.
Chao is Chao. Nothing fancy.
No. Oh, my God. Don't do it.
That's 2 aces?
No, don't do it. Oh,
Chao makes the call.
come on, don't knock me out my first hand. That's not right.
You know who you're playing against.
I'm quivering. Do you see me shaking right now?
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Please.
Hannah's got some competition already. Now, Garth Paul, 28 years old from Cleveland, a World Series rookie. He's got King 10 offsuit. And he will make the call from the big blind.
Okay. Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
She raised 5 times the big blind and got 2 callers.
Flop is 6 queen deuce. Chao Zhang paired his queen to take the lead. Paul with king high checks.
I'm checking to the greatness here. I'm checking to the greatness.
The greatness gambled and hit the flop.
That's 6,000 with the best hand.
Wow.
Paul folds.
Don't go broke now.
I know. You're scaring the crap out of me, really.
Be a man, raise him.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go be a little girl and just lay it down.
Don't worry.
Huh?
Yeah, I could
Lay down? Show me the queen. Good. I saw queen. Good girl.
She's got moxie.
Huh?
Chao wins the pot.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Oh, my God. This is a lot of pressure. I'm just a little girl from Iowa. I don't know about this stuff. Come on.
Is that your phone?
Iowa.
Yeah, well, Hannah's working the actress portion of her resume right there. She lost the pot, but maybe won a friend at this featured table.
Norman, it took some time to get through the opening round, but day two is finally upon us. And while it's still relatively early in this marathon tournament, it does seem like success in the bracelet events can lead to momentum in the main event.
Well, Eric Lindgren, the 2008 Player of the Year, is still around. Scotty Wynn, the 2008 Horse Champion, is still around. And one of our favorites, high-stakes maven Chao Zhang, cashed 7 times at this World Series, and he's still around. The question now, will they be around after day two? The answer is in the cards.
Did you just say it's in the cards?
What, I have to run every stupid thing I say by you first?
To the outer tables, we find Eric Lindgren, the 2008 Player of the Year, and it's showdown time here at this table. Eric turns over pocket tens after the river. His opponent, Ed Jordan Buck. So a good start for Eric, as usual here this year.
Well, Eric's never made it past day 2 of the main event. He just finished third at the Horse Championship, which was a long day's journey into the night with Scotty Wynn. Scotty won the title, but his behavior ruffled a bunch of feathers, including Eric Lindgren's.
Back to you, Norman.
Actually, let's go over to Lon, huh?
Thank you, Norman. And let's go to Scotty Wynn, who made
I thought I'm going to play tomorrow.
it. He's sleeping in today.
I'm serious. I thought I'd play tomorrow. Man, lucky my wife. Why are you waking me up?
That's why you have a wife.
So a little confusion on Scotty's part about which day 2 he was to play. And there's Jason Young, who won his first bracelet this year, sitting at Scotty's table. Scotty started today with about 24,000 chips and gets right down to action with a raise.
Yeah, actually, Scotty got a speeding ticket on his way over here, and now it seems like he wants to make up for lost time by immediately raising the pot.
And he gets the rest of the table to fold, and so he will collect that small pot. So Scotty Wynn, here late, but right to work.
All in on 3.
At another table, the man who busted Scotty from the main event last year, Philip Hilm, is all in with pocket jacks against Neil McFadden's ace-queen suited. And the flop, and there's a set for Hilm. Turn card now, a royal flush draw for McFadden, but quad jacks will win the hand for Hilm.
It's good enough. It's good enough. Turn made it interesting.
Wow.
Don't want to give this guy chips. It's dangerous.
He doesn't look that dangerous with that haircut. He looks like he's playing heads up for a snow cone.
Hilm doubled up, but still short stacked. And there's the last of the 55 bracelets to be awarded here at the Rio. And Chao Zhang is certain it would look good on him.
What a surly bunch. Look at these guys. I feel like Wendy with the Lost Boys. You know that? I know a place where dreams are born.
And I know a place where dreams come to die.
Ooh, too much information, Norman. All right, action continues at this featured table. Chao Zhang, Jack 8 of hearts.
Pot Limit Omaha is probably Chow's best game, but he plays them all well.
Raised to 1,500. King 9 of diamonds for Garth Paul, and he will call.
He's engaged to be married.
Never mind.
That means he's committed to the flop, but he can get out before the river.
Paul and Zhang heads up. The flop is Queen 4-6, misses both. King high's best for Paul. Chao Zhang comes out with 3,000.
Continuation bet for Chow. He's got nothing.
Queen again.
Luck the ladies.
Get the queen, ace queen.
See how Chow was covering his mouth when he lied?
Wow, Paul folds to the pro.
It's good to be you, Chow. You know that?
Well, Chow's reputation won that pot. The seasoned pro has this table right where he wants him.
Is he bluffing? Could be. German shepherds, huh? I don't trust Germans. 2 cards. Could mean anything. Let's raise the stakes, frighten them off. No one to play with! Darn.
So play online at partypoker.com. It's fun, it's easy, it's the world's largest poker room.
All right, okay.
Throughout the years, the World Series of Poker has had many memorable players delivering unforgettable lines.
Your car gonna be all over, baby.
Pass the sugar.
About themselves,
I can dodge bullets, baby.
about others.
You going with a jack high.
You got little.
But one of our favorite lines came in 2004 when Chao Zhang so eloquently shared his feelings about the game itself.
Poker's nice. Poker's nice. Poker's nice. I love to play poker.
And poker loves Chow. He learned to play all the games when he was working as a cook in Colorado and figured out he could make a good living from it.
His father never played poker with the whole group here.
Well, we don't have your bankroll, baby. Come on.
For those who don't speak Chow, he was talking about how much he enjoys playing with this group of strangers.
I'll play poker with you every day of the week if you want.
No, it's too good for me.
Actually, Chow's now figuring out how much money he can make off this group.
Probably so.
It's fun though, to me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I play with the professional all the time.
You play with the same people all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Now I play like this, I think I enjoy more.
It would be fun to lose my money to Chow. He's just among the best in a lot of ways.
Seems very relaxed at this featured table. He mentioned playing with pros. He does that in the biggest cash game in the world, and that game includes this guy, Barry Greenstein, and Barry's collecting some chips out there.
Barry Player of the Year runner-up to Eric Lindgren.
These guys are waiting for the best hand to beat me. I don't really like that.
If Chow or Barry sits down next to you in a cash game, just save some time and hand over your cash.
Barry has been a bit short-stacked throughout this tournament, but he's hanging in there. At another table, another big game player, Patrick Antonius, all in with his pocket jacks. He leads the pocket eights of Dustin Dirksen. There's a pair of sixes on the board as we go to the river. And the river card is another 6, and so with a better full house, Patrick Antonius doubles up.
Patrick, once mentored by Marcel Lusk, still without a bracelet, but he's only 27 and he has a load of talent.
Also playing here is his fiancée, Maya Geller. He's put out a bet at another table. And it looks like Maya's going to collect that pot.
Patrick and Maya are so good looking, if I'm in the same restaurant with them, they throw me out. You know, they edge Margaret Traniello and Jen Harmon as best looking poker couple, Chad Brown and Vanessa Russo, Phil Locke and Jen Tilley, and Chip and Karina Jett also in the running. Me and anybody I'm with finished 237th.
Guess that doesn't bode well for me. There is Vanessa Russo sitting this hand out, but Blair Hinkle's involved in a pot. He's got King 10 against 2 other players. Ron Signey has Ace Deuce and Ben Assar with King Queen.
Blair part of a great poker couple. He and brother Grant, the first siblings to win bracelets in the same year.
The flop is 5 tray 8. That misses everyone. Signey with ace high and a wheel draw leads, and he checks. Hinkle's going to try to buy it with 2,500.
I raise.
Assar says raise. A bigger bluff. 1 orange chip, 5,000.
Yeah, Assar trying to out-bluff Blair's bluff.
Signey folds.
I believe you.
And Hinkle folds.
They're really good, right? No, I didn't have it. Oh, that's mean.
Assar shows the bluff.
Nice raise.
That wasn't mean. He just had better nothing than you had.
So nicely done by Assar. A good read and good timing, and he fools the bracelet winner. All right, we cross over the Milwaukee's Best Light No Limit Lounge to the feature table where top pro Chao Zhang has been frustrating the rest of the table.
Come on, I need a hand here. Go on. No queens.
Queen.
No queens.
It's my favorite card today.
Queens have been good to Chao so far. Action starts on Garth Paul, Ace King offsuit. Paul's going to raise it up to 21-25.
What's with 21-25? Why not 2,100? Will someone explain that to me?
Hannah Elizabeth with pocket jacks. Hannah is going to repop it to 7,100.
That's a mistake. She should have made it 71.75.
Chao Zhang now with 8-7.
He's thinking about whether he paid the gardener this week.
I don't even think about it. I don't even want you to. If I even see you reach for a chip, I'm leaving right now.
You promise? You leaving?
Am I? You don't want me out this early. Come on.
Chao reaches.
Stop. Muck.
Okay.
Thank you. I like a man who follows directions.
Just tell me what you want me to do, Hannah.
Action on Paul now. And he re-raises enough to put Hannah Elizabeth all in. She's got just under 22,000.
You're not trying to bully me because I'm a girl, are you?
Paul's mother taught him not to talk to strange women.
It's nice playing with you, Al.
She makes the call, and she'll be at risk. Pocket jacks against Ace King.
Okay.
2 classic starting hands clashing here.
I can't watch. So I'm going to be nauseous.
Hannah Elizabeth all in, and there's a king in the flop, and that's a big blow to Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's not nauseous, she's sick. Bad flop for Hannah.
Jack!
It's a 4 of diamonds on the turn, no help.
No!
Hannah has to see a jack.
Don't do it!
River card is a 5, and that will end Hannah Elizabeth's main event.
Good luck, guys.
Chao loses his new friend. She was trouble, Chao.
Thanks, honey. Good luck. Congratulations, honey. Good luck.
So Hannah Elizabeth will hit the rail, and the game won't be quite as much fun for Chao Zhang anymore.
What can you do?
2008 World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Main event.
Welcome back to the Rio on the E-Trade Financial Tournament ticker. You see, nearly 7,000 began the main event. Over 3,600 survived day one, and today's field is the smaller of the two day two sessions. At an outer table, 2002 main event champ Robert Varconi has called the all-in of Steve Mondry. Varconi shows pocket kings, Mondry ace jack.
Come on, ace. Come on, ace.
Mondry looking for an ace. Ace does come there, but so does another king. Varconi with a set. 5 on the turn means Mondry is drawing dead. Varconi ends up with a full house, and he knocks off Steve Mondry.
Had to be a world champion. Nice answer.
Robert Varconi, very nice man, no ego. These days says he just lives a boring suburban life in New York with his wife Olga and 2 daughters.
Over to another New Yorker and a main event runner-up, Eric Seidel, who's collecting a pot.
Seidel famously second to Johnny Chan at the 88 main event.
At another table, a young New Yorker, first-time bracelet winner, Jason Young, playing at a table with Scotty Wynn.
The end of the day, me and you drink Dom Perignon.
Sounds good to me, man.
I think Scotty Wynn roomed with Dom Perignon several years ago.
All right, elsewhere, another New Yorker, Ray Romano, Emmy winner, had quite a day one and picking up where he left off, collecting more chips.
I went online, Lon, and checked out Ray Romano's tournament results. Man, he stinks at poker. He can't play.
Ray Romano enjoying the life these days. When he's not playing poker, he's playing a lot of golf. Doesn't get any better than that. To table 2, where we find Blair Hinkle and Vanessa Rousseau, who have made small pre-flop investments. Hinkle with ace-jack, Rousseau with pocket trays. Also on the hand is Martin Alkir with a suited queen 10. 3 to the flop. It is 9 ace deuce. Hinkle pairs his ace. Alkir with a flush draw. Rousseau left with her trays, checks. Alkir bets 5,000 on the draw.
Alkir saw Gus Hansen playing on TV a few years ago, and that got him started.
Hinkle makes the call. Rousseau now gives up her trays, so heads up to the turn. Turn is an 8. Blair Hinkle still with the advantage. Alkir from Denmark picked up a gut shot straight draw. He bets 11,000.
Trying to bluff a Hinkle? You don't bluff a Hinkle. Their mom didn't raise them to be bluffed out of pots.
He does make the call. River cards a 4 that missed Alkir. A check mark for Hinkle.
Ma Hinkle's boy has the check mark. They both check. Ma Hinkle's boy's got the pot.
And Alkir folds even without showing. He knows he's beat. Hinkle turns over his winning aces.
He's a Hinkle. All the Hinkles are hellaciously tough.
Blair hoping to make some more World Series of Poker history. It's a journey that began thanks to his older brother.
Grant is 6 years older than me, so he's always like bigger and stronger and better at sports, and I always looked up to him.
I definitely think I was a role model. He looked to see what I did first. Whatever haircut I had, he had the same haircut, and I made some horrible haircut decisions.
He did it, so I did it, and that's just the way it went.
For a couple of days, there were bragging rights because I had the bracelet and he didn't.
I was like, all right, my turn. Winning in the same year is just ridiculous. Like, how do we actually get that lucky?
To make it through those huge fields and both take it down is just unbelievable experience.
He wins first and then I win second. As long as that keeps going, I'll be happy.
Blair 22, brother Grant is 28. With their bracelets, Ma Hinkle's boys brought home $1.3 million.
Back to the feature table now, where it's just Chao Zhang and the rest of the guys with Hannah Elizabeth gone. Action is going to start on Mickey Wernick from England at his 25th World Series of Poker. He's got 6 kids, ages 13 to 39.
Well, that's why his nickname is the Legend.
King 7 of clubs. He will limp in for 250. Chao Zhang, Queen 9 of spades in the big blind.
Barry Greenstein says Chao's one of the 5 best players in the world. He plays in the highest stake game and wins consistently year in and year out.
He raised the action to 2,000, and Wernick will come along. So, small and big blind, heads up to the flop. Flop is Jack, King, King. Wernick hits trip kings. Chao Zhang, though, with a straight flush draw. Wernick checks.
Finally a World Series caliber flop.
Chao bets 3,000.
Chao will represent something. It's a great drawing hand, but it's a 2-to-1 underdog.
Wernick just with a call with his 3 kings.
Just make sure to get it, Jim.
Turn card now is a 10 of spades and a straight flush for Chao Zhang.
That's preposterous.
Wow. Wernick moves all in. He's already drawing dead.
Sure.
Chow double checks.
I call.
Yeah.
There you go, man. Straight flush.
Wow. And Wernick is gone.
Chow with a stunning knockout.
A tough blow for Wernick.
That's me, man. Other kind of death can call you.
He flops Trip Kings and gets knocked out by a straight flush.
Oh, my God. What the 10 of spade. Wow, 10 of spade.
Chow must think poker's really nice right now.
When's the last time you hit one of them?
No, it's for a long time. I don't remember.
Are you not sure you hit it?
When I make sure I hit the straight flush here, that I go all in. Wow, that's crazy.
Everything going Chao Zhang's way right now. Back inside the Rio in the 2008 main event at the featured table, Chao Zhang still talking about making that straight flush.
Oh, there you go. All in has straight flush. There you go.
I'm sure he'll call Doyle Brunson tonight to tell him. Probably wake him up.
All right, well, let's go out to the field because Philip Hilm is all in again, but this time he's way behind with pocket fives, called by two players, one with pocket kings, one with aces.
Can't win with that haircut.
No help on the flop or the turn for Philip.
Has to have a 5.
It is a 4, and Philip Hilm, last year's 9th place finisher, is gone.
Yeah, 9th place in 2007, Lon. Out on day 2 in 2008.
Knocked out by Thomas Fougeron.
Good luck, everyone.
To another table, 2 of this year's bracelet winners heads up, Jason Young and Scotty Wynn.
You know I don't speed, baby.
He was speeding this morning.
After the turn, Young is a 4-1 favorite with a pair of kings. Scotty with a nut flush diamond draw. Young, first to act after the turn, bets 4,000. Scotty makes the call. River card now. Scotty looking for help. Does not get it. Jason Young earns the check mark.
I miss everything, baby.
Young checked and Scotty checks. And Young will take that pot.
2 bottles of Dom Perignon now, baby.
You got it, you got it.
I like this Jason Young. I think I can mold him into a man.
I can't win the hand, so I'm going to watch.
Scotty puts himself on the rail.
Can't win the hand.
Yeah, he's going to take it.
So I'm just going to watch from now.
Jason takes a pot off a world champ. He is enjoying his World Series premiere. Not bad for a guy trying to figure out what to do with his life.
I'm Jason Young, I'm 26 years old, and I guess I'm playing poker professionally for a living. I was working for my town's Parks and Recreation Department, and it was good, and I really enjoyed it, and they didn't give me an $8,000 raise. It wasn't a bad job, it was just that I was unable to survive. They needed to do something where I was going to make some more money. I started playing poker about 4 years ago, kind of seriously with my dad, a couple of my good friends. I probably made a little more money playing poker than I even made working, so I decided to leave, and I haven't looked back since. The bracelet, it was just unbelievable. You know, it just came at the perfect time. Everything came together real well, and I couldn't be happier. I have that same feeling going inside. I'm so tuned in to what's going on right now that I really feel like there's a good chance that I'm going to go deep in this tournament.
Jason Young's like the kid brother I never had, and if he were my kid brother, I'd rip that Yankee garb right off of him.
Ah, look who's at his table now, Ray Romano.
I don't want to sit here.
Tough table.
All right. By the way, this seat,
You can take him out first.
this seat, first day, the guy quad aces lost to the Royal Flush. Right here, this seat.
You got too much chip, baby. What are you doing?
Too much. I'm down. Got a bracelet here, got a bracelet there.
Scotty's got 5 bracelets, plus a jewelry store around his neck.
Ray had a pretty good day 1, but it's going to get a lot tougher here at this table. There's the man who held the Royal Flush. Ray mentioned Justin Phillips beat quad aces in that hand.
What exactly is the dress code here?
You're in trouble now.
You have to wear pants.
Please don't hurt me.
Just a couple of minutes ago, you asked me to spank you, and now you place me.
I didn't ask you to spank me.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Be honest now.
He said you were checking out my backside.
No,
I
I
said
didn't.
smack me. You're like, I wouldn't smack you unless you stood up, so I stood up. You're the one
Oh,
that
I
said
thought
that.
you wanted me to spank you.
No, I said smack me in the face.
Okay.
I'm looking at my World Series of Poker rulebook. I see nothing about spanking.
That's Finnish pro Mina Rita Korpi talking with Justin about Smacking, not spanking. Back to the featured table where the chat sessions have not been so provocative. New player at the table is Birgit Deepvik from Sweden.
You're 21, man.
22.
22? Don't look like 21 to me.
Yeah, I know.
Is he 21?
I get it a lot.
Yeah, I bet you do.
All right, action continues. 76-year-old Jim Hartley folds over to Deepvik. He was once a lifeguard, then went into the Swedish military, and apparently that's all prepared him for a life as a poker pro. And he raises with ace-queen. Chao Zhang now looks down at ace-king. Chao needs 1,400 to call, and that's all he does.
Well, he's still considering challenging Deepvik's age.
The rest of the table folds, and so it will be Chao Zhang, and Birgit Deepvik heads up. Chao with the best of it. Flop is king 7 queen. Chao Zhang with a pair of kings. Deepvik with a pair of queens.
Well, the 22-year-old might lose all his chips on this hand. That should give him a chance to get a haircut before bedtime.
Deepvik wants to see where he's at with the queens. Bets 2,400.
Chao with top pair, Deepvik with middle pair.
Chao bets enough to put Deepvik all in.
They put some pressure on the youngster. Deepvik with a good hand, plus he might think Chao's on a big draw. So a pair of queens might be good.
This will be a tough laydown for anyone.
Good answer.
But Deepvik does fold it. And Chao Zhang will take the pot. As much as he wanted to play those queens, Deepvik's better judgment prevailed. That is the planter's good instinct moment.
Well, the kid wise beyond his years there. He still needs a haircut.
What's your name again?
Birgit.
Borika? Borika.
His name is Kid.
By the way, it's a good lay down.
I hope so.
Chao throws the youngster a bone as he continues to rule this table.
The Planters Good Instinct moment is brought to you by Planters. Instinctively good. The 2008 World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, main event.
Back inside the Rio Poker Room on the E-Trade Financial Tournament ticker, you see the second largest main event field ever created a monster prize pool, $9.1 million going to the winner. And Eric Lindgren hoping to get a piece of that cash for the first time.
Lindgren Player of the Year won his first bracelet this year in the $5,000 mixed hold'em event.
And Eric's good fortune continues as he rakes in another pot at that outer table. At that final table where Eric won that bracelet was Pat Peasant. He finished 8th in that tournament.
Peasant and Eric Lindgren have a very good friend in common, Daniel Negreanu, who was knocked out on day 1.
Well, Peasant scored a big knockout on day 1 when he eliminated former world champion Jamie Gold. Another guy at that mixed hold'em final table was Chino Ream. He finished 5th. He's thinking over a bet from Billy Gazes right now. Gazes had calls from both Rock Gurney and Mark Garner.
I think Billy predicted he would win the main event this year. He didn't guarantee it, but he thinks he's going to win.
Chino will fold, so 3 to the river. River card 2 of diamonds. Check from Garner. Rock Gurney, though, puts out 10,000 chips.
All in for 13.
And Billy's going to push.
Got to root for Billy. Very smart, very nice.
But both players fold.
Show King 10. I know that's what you had on the turn, Billy.
Why did Gurney fold? He just needed 3,000 more.
Wow. Maybe Billy had King 10. We don't know, but he does have 53,000 chips. Elsewhere, we find Irish-born bracelet winner Kieran O'Leary, who's moved all in against Dan Lausen. O'Leary putting the pressure on, and Lausen lays it down. Shows a pair of 8s.
And O'Leary shows he had nothing. A little James Bond daring there. That is a tough way to try to stick around.
Nobody says it's going to be easy. One chip at a time, boys. One chip at a time.
Even poker cliches sound better in Irish. All right, let's get back over to table 2. Vanessa Russo is in a hand with Dale Singh. There was a raise, a re-raise, and Singh leads with Queen-Queen against Russo's pocket 9s. Flop is 9-Jack-8. Russo with a set of 9s. A gut shot straight draw for Singh. Russo checked. Singh bets 2,000.
Well, Vanessa's going to slow play it. Singh with an overpair to the board and now a straight draw.
I'm gonna raise.
Yeah, check raise from Vanessa. She makes it 7,000.
Singh has never liked getting check raised by young ladies in pink caps.
He needs 5,000 to call, and he does. All right, now the turn card is another 8, and Russo improves to a full house, 9s full of 8s.
Yeah, Vanessa Russo now with a hammer lock on this hand.
And she'll make it 8,000, a little less than half the pot.
Singh is dead to a queen. The straight now would do him no good.
He does call.
What you got, Dale? Pretty good hand.
All right, now the river card. It is a 10, and that gives Singh the queen high straight, but it's second best to Russo's full house. She'll bet 10,000.
She value bets it.
And Singh calls.
Full of eights.
And a full house will beat a straight every day.
I'll make it straight on the river. Good hand, good hand.
And the woman they call Lady Maverick picks up a nice pot there.
Nice rock. Well done, Chad.
I almost thought you might have pocket tens there and hit me on the river. I knew you had a big pair, but...
Now, Vanessa had a good read on her opponent there. She is a smart gal, a Duke grad, a law school grad, and a self-proclaimed Rubik's Cube specialist. It's that skill which we put to the test in this edition of Heads Up with Norm and Chad.
How quickly do you think you could solve that cube while answering questions from me?
With you asking me questions, I think that's going to be pretty tough, so I could hopefully do it in under 10.
Okay, that'll be the challenge. Good luck to you.
Alrighty.
You graduated from Duke in 2.5 years.
Staying there longer than you need to is kind of a waste of time.
You're engaged to Chad Brown. Did you lose a bet?
That's so mean.
Who is your biggest role model in poker?
I'm going to go with the obvious Phil Ivey. Oh, I just lost so many minutes. This talking thing is really hard.
Did you actually graduate from Duke, or did you just audit some classes online?
Okay, I think I figured out the trick to this whole thing. Basically, I could just kind of ignore you.
Do you know the square root of 6,324? What's your favorite color? Could I beat you in backgammon? Why'd you get engaged to a man with no future? How many carats is your engagement ring? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I don't know how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood.
Wow. Are you attracted to married men?
Yes!
My
Still do the Rubik's
goodness.
Cube.
Oh, it's still light outside.
That's not nice.
I know this won't get me a wedding invite, but Vanessa, please tell Chad I'm just kidding.
And the main event bracelet would be a great match to that ring she got from Chad Brown. Action continues now here at our featured table. That is Garth Paul with Ace King. Blinds are at 250 and 500. He raises to 2,400.
This is the second largest main event in history. We started with 6,844 players.
Action folds over to three-time bracelet winner Chao Zhang. Pocket fives in the big blind.
Chao's cashed in the main event only once. In 1996, he finished 13th.
He calls for 1,900. Heads up with Paul again. The flop is Deuce 7 King. Paul with top pair has a big lead now.
Paul outflops Chao.
Chao checks. Paul checks behind him. Turn card is a 4 of hearts. Paul's still good with a pair of kings. Chao first to act. And he bets 5,500 with 5-5.
Paul gets Chao to bite.
And he's not going to push Paul off this hand. A raise to 20,000.
Paul now springs his trap on Chao Zhang.
Check the flop. The flop, Joe?
Chao folds.
Yep, Chao wiggles away from that one. Paul shows him the goods.
So the World Series rookie, who is a service sales engineer in his real life, takes a nice pot off a big pro.
There was a two-way flush out there, though, Chao. I was getting a little worried about that.
Yeah, I have something, but not that big, by the way.
A rare moment for Chao. Gives up some of his stack.
Not the ace king that big.
And he proves he's not invincible. Welcome back inside the Rio to our featured table where Chao Zhang is having a very good day, continuing his strong showing at this year's World Series of Poker.
How many other events did you play at?
I've been playing, I believe, 15 events.
15 of them?
15. I got 7 cars for 15.
That's pretty darn good.
7 cars for 15 is not bad, huh?
Yeah, Chao Zhang, like a lot of other top pros, having a very successful 2008 World Series. But out in the field is a guy who's made no secret of the fact that he's the one that's going to win it all.
ESPN, I am the greatest player in the world. When I go all in, they cannot call me. It's impossible.
That is Silvio Formica.
Lon, excuse me while I report to the rail.
What? That bad? For the camera. How about 3 tens? How about 3 10s? How's it feel to have the greatest player in the world in your camera? Did you enjoy that? Did you ever try to beat the Italian stallion when I bet out?
His name is Silvio Formica. He is the Italian stallion, and I would follow him to the ends of the earth. On the other hand,
yeah, Justin Phillips, usually a talker, but he's pretty quiet right now while on a hand with Mina Rita Corpi. And looks like they're going to split the pot.
Wow, you're free rolling.
Both with Queen 9.
How do you check the flop?
How did you?
I was check raising. You were just checking. Check.
Perhaps I was too. Check raising.
So what if he bets I raise, you call?
No, I would really raise, of course.
Wow, you're gangster.
That's me.
well, maybe we have a new poker couple on the block.
Back to our feature table where we do have a new player sitting down, the Alabama Cowboy himself, Hoyt Corkins. He'll be right on Chow Jang's elbow.
What side of town do you live?
I live in Spanish Trails, close to you.
Oh, Spanish Trail. Yeah, really close.
Right. Mile from you.
You don't want to live too close to Chow. I'll bet you he plays a lot of loud music late at night.
You live in Spanish Hills, right?
Yeah. I live next door to your door. You been Doy House?
Yeah, I've been there.
My next door neighbor. I lived at the next door to your door like, it's 11 years now. 11 years. Joe Brunson.
Well, I bet that end of the neighborhood is party central.
Well, now that Hoyt knows Chow's next door, maybe he'll invite him to the next hot tub party Doyle has. Action on Jim Hartley, a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam, Ace Jack.
Call.
He's going to limp in for 600. Hoyt Corkins next. He lays it down now to Chow Zhang. 7-6 of spades.
I don't know. You find a fine-handed player, huh? Sir? All right, I take call then.
He'll call also.
Chow, part of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce welcoming committee here at the table.
Over to Krister Johansson. And speaking of Texas Dolly, he's got the Doyle Brunson 10 deuce. And for the big blind, he checks his option. Now the flop. And it is trip aces for Hartley. He's got a big lead. Johansson checks.
I check.
And Hartley checks also.
Hartley will sit on it.
Chow Zhang always willing to commit something to the pot, 2,000. And that gets Johansson to fold. Hartley with the smooth call.
2 queen?
Pardon?
2 queen.
Yeah, 2 deuces have you beat, Chow.
Turn card is a king. Hartley with a check mark.
I check.
Action on Chow.
Hartley wants to see if Chow's going to try to steal again.
Yeah, he's gonna with 4,000.
I'm all in.
And a check raise all in from Hartley.
Bye-bye, Chow.
Yeah, he does fold.
Ace king?
Oh, he's close. At ace jack.
At my age, I can't remember.
He plays the nuts or better.
So Chow Zhang seems to have lost his winning touch.
We play for big pots, small stakes, and the chance to say, read 'em and weep. For the weekends, the all-nighters, and the lunch hour. We play for the legends and for the unknowns who dream of winning it all. For the bad beats and the pocket kings we sometimes have the sense to fold. We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
Welcome back inside the Rio. The first session of day 2 continues. We check in on table 2. Blair Hinkle in a 4-way pot. Hinkle with 5-4 offsuit. Vanessa Russo has the best hand pre-flop with a couple of 10s, and both Dale Singh and Peter Gunnarsson have ace-queen offsuit.
Hinkle raised with 5-4 off and got 3 callers.
So here's the flop. Now it is 6 trade deuce. Hinkle hits the 6-high straight.
It's Hinkle magic.
Russo checks her pair of 10s. Singh checks with a queen-high flush draw. Hinkle now flop to straight. He's got a straight flush draw. That's 50-150. Gunnarsson with a nut flush draw will make the call. Vanessa Russo gives up her hand. And now Singh, any flush he makes would be no good. And he makes the call. So 3 players now to the turn. Turn is a queen of hearts, and that hits both Singh and Gunnarsson, but they still come up short of Hinkle. Singh checks. And Hinkle Not going to slow down. 12,500.
He would love to drive out any flush draws.
And Gunnarson's going to move all in with the nut flush draw. Now to Singh.
Who is dead to Gunnarson's flush.
But he does make the call.
And now Blair Hinkle in a pickle here. If someone has a flush already, he knows he could be drawing all but dead here. There's an all-in and a call in front of him. What would you do? If Singh had not called, that would make it easier for Hinkle to continue here?
Hinkle.
All right.
He folds.
One of you better have a flush.
He's not going to be happy.
Nobody's got a flush.
Dang it.
Ace queen for both.
Yeah, Hinkle is not going to sleep well tonight.
Wow. He knows he gave up a lot of chips.
Well, now we have a likely split pot unless a spade comes out, then Gunnarsson wins.
River card is a heart, and it will be a split pot between Singh and Gunnarsson.
Hinkle just saw a 100,000 chip pot with his name on it go elsewhere.
Wow.
You laid this straight? That's rough.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say one time it's okay once in a while to lay down the best hand, but Blair Hinkle's only thinking about a missed opportunity. Back to our featured table now. Action will begin on Rick Lowe, 42 years old from Olathe, Kansas. He's the vice president of an insurance company. He's got ace-4 of diamonds.
Play for 1,000.
He's going to raise it to 1,800. Next in line, Hartley will fold, as does Hoyt Corkins. Now Chao Zhang, King 10 offsuit.
We have seen Chow pretty active today. He likes it when he's not playing with Doyle and Barry and Patrick Antonius.
He makes the call for 1,800. And another King 10 suited, this time for Don Fryer, a contractor from San Diego, in the small blind.
Chow against an insurance guy and a contractor. I like Chow's hand.
And he makes the call. And the big blind gets out of the way. So 3 to the flop. It is 10-9-6. Fryer and Zhang each pair their 10. Fryer checks. Lowe bets 3,300 with ace high.
And Lowe decides to take a stab at this pot.
Chao Zhang with top pair and a good kicker. We'll call.
He's got the same hand that Fryer has.
Action on Fryer now.
Raise.
And he is going to check raise it.
Yeah, for some reason, I never expect a contractor to check raise.
You've never had work done on your house. He makes it 8,300 to play. Lowe needs 5,000 to call, but he folds. Now Chao Zhang.
Chow today has been a bully, and he has been bullied. Exact same hands, these two guys.
And Chao Zhang folds to Fryer's pressure.
Whew. Well, maybe Chow's better off playing with Doyle and Barry and Patrick Antonius.
Well, a misread by Chao. He lost another small pot, but he's still sitting on 90,000. All right, let's go to the outer tables. Patrick Antonius has again moved all in on the river. He's up against Gaetano Buda.
I promised myself I wouldn't get involved in a hand with you.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Don't get involved with good-looking young guys.
Buda will make the call. Patrick shows 7-4 for a full house. Buda should have listened to himself. Antonius doubles up.
Antonius says he doesn't have a nickname, but he is known by Adonis, the Black Lotus, the Flying Finn, or the Terminator.
All right, to another top pro who has moved all in, Barry Greenstein, putting himself at risk with ace-7 up against Richard Burns, who has king-jack.
Barry made 3 final tables at this year's World Series. He has 3 career bracelets.
Barry hits top pair on the flop. He's still good. Turn card, no help to Burns. River card is a 9, and that's good for Barry Greenstein. He stays alive and doubles up. So Richard Burns gives new hope to Barry Greenstein.
Still on life support. At least I got a little intravenous medicine that time.
Very small needle.
So Barry's hanging on to another top
Good
pro
luck,
now.
Scotty.
Scotty Wynn all in with pocket 9s.
Scotty got here late and has never gotten started.
Interested observers, Jason Young and Ray Romano, wouldn't mind seeing a world champion get knocked out. Action on Alexander Schwab,
Hey, gentlemen, we have it all in the call.
who makes the call as Scotty's all in and shows pocket kings. Scotty's in trouble.
You had to pick up that hand, right, baby?
And now the flop. And there's a 9 in there for Scotty. He takes a big lead. Schwab, though, with 4 hearts to a flush. Turn card's a blank.
Scotty's got to dodge a king or a heart.
River is a heart, and That's going to do it. Schwab hits his flush and knocks off Scotty Wynn.
All right, baby.
Scotty from 11th place in 07 to no place in 08.
Yeah, no money here in this main event for the current horse world champion.
See you later, baby. You still drinking later?
My buddy Jason's still trying to score a free drink. Kid is thinking.
And poker life just got a little easier at this table for Jason Young and Ray Romano.
See you next year, baby.
So Scotty is just the latest in the line of many to report to the rail. Philip Hilm saw an end to his main event, as did former champ Robert Varconi. But for others, day 2 goes on. Eric Lindgren continues his quest for a second bracelet and a first main event title. It's good to be young, Jason Young that is, who moves on, as do Justin Phillips.
Wow, you're good.
Vanessa Russo and Blair Hinkle. And Ray Romano is proving he's no joke. Barry Greenstein and Patrick Antonius have struggled but are still in it, while fellow big gamer Chao Zhang is hoping to recover from a late hit to his chip stack.
Wow.
Coming up, day 2 continues. Until then, for Norman Chat, I'm Lon McCarran. See you next time from the World Series of Poker.